A lot of skirmishing power in their kit. A lot of single target damage as well. Pantheon, Ahri, Akali, all about finding that single target, looking to lock them down.
And he's pushing in. That's the sort of hiding spot for a Sejuani or a Leona to look for the engage. Hex Flash in. Shayak and Niski will know. Zenith, wait, Niski goes back in, gets first blood. Shayak has another Spirit Rush charge in. Niski's going to fall, though, to the tower. Execute takes him. Another rush away from Shayak will get him out of the clutches of Malrang.
Wow. So, support for himself that kill. The timing is nice, though, as the Grubs are about to respawn. More farm is being denied, and just, I mean, credit to the solo laners of Vitality, finding advantages.
Nako's behind the wave here. Doesn't have flash, doesn't have the perfect execution, and as you said, timing was good. Nako greeted for an extra wave. Is the top lane alive as the charm goes down onto execute, but the Shattering Strike does not follow up. Vitality will have to give up these.
Gets that wave pushed in as quickly as he can.
Also, Vitality might challenge for
Malrang's
one
alone
out of
now.
these. As you say, Malrang is alone. Adam has the equalizer in the top lane, hasn't moved yet. There's the charm onto Malrang. Magnet Storm coming out as well. Malrang very tanky at the moment. Has the flash and an Arctic Assault. Goes for Shayak. He Spirit Rushes forward, gets the kill. Patrick now beginning to open up another Spirit Rush available for Shayak. Cleanse away into the charm. Shayak still lives through the equalizer burn. Niski flashes the Mystic Shot, and Linsus comes over the wall to take the fourth grub. Dodge this! True shot barrage through the heart of Niski.
Patrick, keep eyes on the minimap. Look at Linsus.
Oh, Grand Starfall. He's looking to make a Starfall in the top lane. Adam, the target, stunned immediately. And he is just deleted by Linsus and Nako. Meanwhile, Shayak, his first death of spring. He will fall the shutdown over to Malrang.
Nice plays across the board. This will open up the Dragon for Rogue as well on the bot side of the map. As Niski, he's got to be very careful here. Maybe overstaying is welcome.
Yeah, he definitely is. He does have that crash down, can use it across the wall here to get back to the tower range. Larson will dash forward though, lands the Q3. Magnet Storm Larson snaps back to reality. Niski, he's falling. Oh, here comes gravity. Underneath the tower, Execute will die to the tower shot and the Ignite. Not quite, he survives. Niski does not have that same luxury. Larson takes the kill.
So Rogue get themselves as well. Some interesting animation coming through. The QSS completed for Larson. Patrick, he doesn't know he's on a ward.
And immediately he's caught out. There's the Magnet Storm follow-up, and Patrick goes bye-bye. Execute's now going to flash the wall towards the red buff. Larson is here as well. The charm from Shayak lands. A double Spirit Rush forward again from the Ahri. Looking for a little bit more, just forcing Malrang and Larson out of the jungle.
Nice timing.
Larson has teleport. Any wards for him to get to? Doesn't look like it. Vitality already have the outgun down to about 4,000 HP. Shayak keeping Malrang at bay. As you say, Vitality will get it, but there are petals afterwards. They need to try and clear all of these before Rogue can step forward. They get most of them immediately on the spawn. Niski stunned up, locked up. There's the solar flare into Larson. Niski draws his last breath. So does Linsus. Kasi falls to flash away. And the rest of Vitality couldn't join the play. Now, Kazi, where are you going? You have a cleanse, but Execute has a bunch of CC to work with. There's the Shield of Daybreak into the Zenith Blade. Kazi will get Execute out of the exchange, but Adam gets a juicy shutdown. Nako jumped on immediately, stunned up with the Permafrost, and there's another for Rogue. In the end, they get 4 for 1.
Definitely not a bad fight for Rogue. A tower, a bunch of kills. They even got a few of the remaining petals. So while the proactiveness was promising.
Upgraded to the Mirror Mana and the Triforce. 2 items now on Larson when Immortal Shield Bow second. Niski going in. There's the Magnet Storm. Equalizes a follow-up and Adam goes pop. The Solar Flare from Execute does land onto Linsus, but the rest of his team is nowhere to be found. It's a double again for Vitality. Niski, oh, he looks for the flash. Shayak going forward. Chain of Corruption dodged by Patrick, but Linsus has a flash of his own. Meanwhile, on the backline, Larson's jumped on Kazi and should be able to mow him down. Patrick escapes. Nako starting to collapse, but he can't get onto Malrang and Larson. Rogue do find a kill out of the end of the exchange.
A chaotic scrap, but I'm not really sure. Counterintuitive if you're familiar with Larson's history.
Yeah.
Because he's typically always been known for his laning.
100%.
And then his... Ooh, Linsus, he's going to die.
Burning. Malrang coming in as well. Yeah, Linsus is just dead.
He's just dead.
That's a lot of damage from Adam with the Flame Spitter. Linsus without... Well, only got the...
Force it, 100%. Here we go.
You can see Larson working his way through mid lane. Nako is answering the bot wave right now. Shayak looking for that flank position. Niski doing the same. Has Hex Splash and Magnet Storm. Everyone grouped up for the Baron. It's a perfect opportunity for Arel to go in, but where's the follow-up if he does? TP from Nako. The Baron already down to 4,000 HP. Marang just sitting in the pit. Niski jumps across. There's the equalizer. Follow-up. Marang lands the smite. There's the Baron. Execute goes forward onto Niski. He Magnet Storms out, but the Solar Flare finds him as he lands, and Adam will burn him where he stands. On the backline, Larsen's diving further forward. Shayak dashing away to escape, but it's gorgeous for Rogue. They find the kill at the end with the Ignite and the Leandry's burn to kick off this push. Already 5,000 gold out of the Red Bull Baron power play, and a 5,000 gold lead. Grand Starfall into the Solar Flare. Patrick cleanses away immediately. Equalizer coming out as well as Nako tries to get onto the backline, and he does exactly that. He will shut down Patrick. Larsen is not here for the follow-up. Rogue lose one. It's their AD carry, but they could look to turn around the play. No Equalizer, no Glacial Prison, no Solar Flare. Makes it a tricky and
many resources. That doesn't take away from the fact that there's still a Baron buff on Rogue, and they're still in a winning position.
Oh, Larsen. Oh, Larsen! Oh, Larsen, yes! I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think he's learned his lesson. Jankos had to shave his eyebrows. I think they've learned. Oh, TP behind here as Nako's looking to the flank. Magnustorm in by Niski, only really landing onto one. Chayak still chasing forward here. Larsen able to get out towards the backside. Execute escaping as well. Patrick's opening up. And already Nako, Lynx is trying to dive onto Patrick. No, Nako is dead. Lynx is going to fall as well. But he does get Patrick in response. The flame splitter from Adam. Larsen now trying to re-engage Shayak, Niski, and Kazi. All relatively low. Adam has to flash away. It's a 2 for 2 in the mid lane.
That was a 2 for 2. Vitality are able to... They've TP'd back in. They're just going to force the Baron. And they can do this. Sejuani's already on his way back.
So Shayak does have teleport.
Doesn't matter. There's no smite. Unless Kazi can do the Gumayushi.
Can he do it? Well, they'll see it. That control ward, though, denying any further vision in the pit. The Baron already down to 2,000. Equalizer. Okay. Kazi. No.
Not going to happen, and that's a Baron secure.
Bring in Smash. Sub him in.
Okay. Understandable why it ends up being such a close fight, but of course losing our jungler means there's no smite, and now Niski, is he overextended?
Nuka's there as well. Solar Flare does clip Niski, only for the slow. Nuka almost killing off Adam. It's enough. Nuka gets him. Will pay for it with his life, you have to feel. In the Zhonya's, sniped out by Patrick at the last possible minute, but that's only 4 Barons are left for Rogue. Adam is down. Top wave is pushing in, but with Drake up in 30 seconds time, no one's going top. QSS away from the stun. Larsen no longer has that tool at his fingertips. Rogue still stepping forward. Shayak doing everything he can. Look for those charms in this next fight. Niski, no flash, does have that Magnet Storm, a true shot barrage. There's the charm again, only on to Execute. Shadowing Strike as well for the follow-up. CC, the dive in by Linces. Execute doesn't have an opportunity to breathe. Magnet Storm on the backline. Linces gets the kill on to Execute. Shayak has the Spirit Rush, goes forward. Ring, ring. Hello, Patrick. This is Vitality. They slam Rogue into the dirt and only last. Patrick with the Mystic Shots. Nuka looking for the flank. No real vision for Rogue on that top side, so they don't know exactly where Nuka is. I think he showed on the wave here. Niski goes in. Shayak there with a follow-up. Base seal coming out from Larsen. Shayak dashes back in with the Spirit Rush. Larsen snaps back. Now Nuka will fall, so will Larsen. Now it's a 4 for 4. Niski low, Linces low as well. Shayak has one more Spirit Rush. Patrick opens up, but he can't quite land. That extra bit of damage, it's a true shot. And it goes through the uprights, but now Kazi's the target. Cleanses away, can't get away from death. 2 more kills over the Rogues. They look for Shayak. The flash forward into the charm. Flash away from Shayak. Patrick misses the Mystic Shot. The Essence Flush lands onto Niski. Shayak almost down as well. Patrick was looking for those final couple of...
Given that Patrick is still alive, Rogue can look for the end. I don't know if Shayak is enough to stop the Rogue siege.
What can you do, Vitality? Can you hold on? Right now on the precipice, Solar Flare, Equalizer both used. Shadowing Strike out from Niski. Shayak down to no HP. The minion wave, though, almost cleared out. Niski will fall. Still 2 minions here. Patrick takes a couple of tower shots. And Rogue will not be able to break the net.
The blue trinkets.
As the Oracle's on. Hide behind the Crocs, they'll never know. Oh, wait, they know.
There's a blast cone.
He can jump across. Perfect execution into the perfect execution into the blast cone. Patrick dashes in, executes here. And Patrick will take the kill. He's on a rampage now. Nako dead for 60.
Oh, okay, so I thought that
everything for the last 20 minutes or so has been a blur. Afterwards, people will say I said things, and I'll have to listen to the VOD to make sure I said them.
You can't say that this hasn't been entertaining.
It's been great fun, Betty. It's just a fever dream. Sprinting out.
That is a flank angle for Nisqy, and they don't know. Oh, they know. They know.
The flangle has been discovered. Solar Flare into Glacial Prism. Nisqy's going to jump the wall. How much can you delay? Larssen used his ultimate as well. And the QSS here to make sure that Nisqy's dead. Soul for Rogue is their prize. I wondered if Vitality might fight it, knowing that all those ultimates are down, but without their key engaged tool, the Magnet Storm.
They don't have the wave clip to stop this. This should be an uncontested inhibitor.
It's definitely going to be the inhibitor tower. I wonder if the contest might come a moment later, Betty. There's the inhib. Nexus tower has regened a little bit, but only up to a third of its health. Knuckle has the flash. There's the Magnet Storm for the follow-up. Equalizer on the backline. Nisqy's so low, but look at the damage coming out from Shayak and Knuckle. Larssen down to half HP. He's got a GA executes the first one to go down. The giant Guardian's Angel for Larssen will bring him back to life, and the Charm and the Shadowing Strike do not connect. Adam burning Knuckle. Shayak and Linsus to the ground. Shayak forced away. The GA popped on Kazi as well, as Rogue will win the fight, and after 42 minutes, they will claim the first game of this best of 3.
An exciting back and forth, a comedy of errors, but Rogue will secure the final team fight. The Soul proving so valuable in that final fight as well. Vitality just didn't quite have the damage, even though they got a fantastic engage. Wow, what a banger for game 1.
The banger, man, it's like 3 p.m. on a Saturday. I get you.
But it's just one of his biggest strengths is, oh, I get to dash around a bunch, I have my win wall, I get to stab you, I do a bunch of crits, blah, blah, blah. I'm really good in 1v1s. And
have you met my friend the Tree?
yeah, exactly. No, he's very athletic.
Okay. Years
It's going to have to be athletic to get out of this one.
Maran goes in with the Twisted Advance. Once again, the wind shield and the wind wall, but it won't be enough. Adam flashes forward. Knuckle trying to flash away, but Adam is having none of it. First blood to Rogue.
Nicely done. So the top matchup early on, already pretty bad. Now there's a serrated Dirk. It doesn't get better. I mean, it will get better later, but not right now. It's not better at all. It's not better at all.
Good knocker from Knuckle. Yeah. The wind has left his lungs some extra damage. Adam just absolutely melting through Knuckle's health, but he is on a struggle bus for 1 in that top lane. I think the rest of the team realized to have on Yasuo or Yone, and also having your flash kind of a prerequisite to not dying. So Nature's Grasp first. See you where you're going to win wall. Well, he didn't give over an assist, Betty. Yeah, it's getting better.
That's pretty much the best thing. He quite likes tower diving.
Yeah. I think they might just go straight for Knuckle again. Adam's opening up through mid. Malrang, they're waiting. Puts down a sapling. Will start to tank. Execute looking for the knockup. There's the last breath as well. The Twisted Advance to drop the tower aggro. Knuckle ignited. With wind wall down. Nature's Grass coming out as well. Linsus will block it for him. Knuckle survives with 120 HP. Importantly, Kazi and Nisqy continue to push in the bot lane.
Adam has arrived.
Here. Adam's here for the fight as well. Linsus has his ultimate. Can go for that maximum dosage. There's the quickness. Double charm, double knockup, double dead for Rogue. They find 2 and should take the tower to boot.
I mean, it's a clean dive.
Red buff's like, oh, just walk. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe Linsus is on his way. Adam flashes the knockup, misses the shock blast. Trying to get away from Linsus now, who has a flash of his own, goes in. Looking at that blunt force trauma. Adam, how are you going to get out of this one? Linsus still chasing him. He dodges away from the infected Bonesaw. Knuckle dashing back in. Adam trying to get away on about 600 health. Knockup from Knuckle. Doesn't land! Knuckle dies to the tower! And Linsus follows! He was there at the beginning. It's Adam! Execute on Adam.
This is a smart play from Vitality.
They're looking for the pick on Execute here. Gleaming Crow round the corner, goes in with the quickness. They're trying to get onto Adam with the last breath. They will, but he manages to escape their clutches. Nature's Grass used as well by Malrang. There's the TP coming in from both the mid laners. Vitality cannot kill off Adam. Didn't have a summoner to burn, but he did have health. I don't think that's enough for him. Kazi dodging away from Patrick. You can't really dodge away from the Gatling gun unless you're behind it, so he will get clipped by that. Patrick going in with the Valkyrie, looking for the damage on Kazi, uses the barrier. Kazi!
It's a rocket.
There's the rocket. It's still got the kill. Patrick secures the 1v1 in mid.
Likely going to slow down quite a lot now, because the next objective is Artican, which is a very dangerous objective to just force on spawn unless you're able to find a good fight, which means that NacNaco sitting here, you can try and get a collapse, you can get a pick, you can get a punish.
Blast cone for Adam. Flash, twisted advance, Adam there for the follow-up, and as you say, Benny, you can look for a pick, you can look for a punish, and that's exactly what Rogue have tried to do. Adam, in the end, having to burn his flash, was locked up, does get the kill. Maybe just waiting to give Patrick an assist.
So this is the... It's only just connected now. Larsen's going to go push that in, but that's enough time bought. Nisqy, though, continues to take more poke.
Adam's Yumu's doing a lot of work. He goes in, he gets onto Adam. There's the last breath follow-up. Adam at half HP, quickness to the backline. Adam still surviving on the back, and you have to feel that's the last nail in the coffin. Kazi dashing forward, he can only take out Larsen. Linces is able to survive, but now Shayak untouched on the backline. Adam can TP back into the play, though. And you could see Vitality's intentions were very, very clear. They wanted to kill off Adam, but Adam had other ideas.
And at this point, you can just see the goal difference in action. If NacNaco was a little stronger, or if Adam was a little weaker, that could have been an easy kill. It was a well-executed play. Unfortunately, the goal gap is just too big. They're continuing to fight over the Dragon. Linces could maybe get a steal.
Gonna look for it, but as soon as Adam arrives, yep, TP's back into the play. Chunks out Linces, and Vitality know that they can't.
Now, though, the fight over the mid-wave begins once again. Rogue, if they can win another fight, that'll be Baron.
Adam with no edge of night, Marang looking for the Nature's Grasp here. Linces is going to block it, doesn't land on anyone else, but they dive onto the jungler, and that's really all they needed. Spiraling Despair on the Rakan here. It's going to go down. Nisqy gets an engage onto Malorang, but not really the target you want. And now Larsen, Adam, and Patrick, they just have a shooting party. They can look for anyone. Malorang, he's going to get caught out by Nisqy, who flashed forward to look for further engages, couldn't find it, so both the junglers now down. Malorang over-eager in chasing Vitality.
He flashed W'd onto an Alistar that's still...
Nako takes a third of his health from an accelerated shot blast. The Sarota's Grudge now complete as well for Adam. He is in such a strong spot. Has the flash as well. If Nisqy looks for the engage, goes instead onto Patrick. There's the last breath as well. Execute in with the quickness, and Adam could just walk away and chase Kazi down. The redemption coming out as Adam will kill off Kazi. Lince is going to fall as well. It's a double kill to Larsen towards the top side. Lince is able to kill Adam. Shayak forced away. You can see Patrick recalling, in the end, a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of Rogue.
The problem, while they had a huge lead early on, when you take all these objectives, sometimes it can be difficult. I like the fact that they are forcing the Baron, but TP's going to be available for NacNaco.
Yeah, Adam's still 14 seconds away and doesn't have teleport as well. So NacNaco's up, he TP's in, Lince is here, looking for the seal. Shayak spiraling Despair around 20 seconds before that ultimate is off cooldown. As you say, Patrick low HP, Nature's Grasp coming out. Lince's spell immunes it, the quickness from Execute to try and keep everyone at bay. Baron secured for Rogue. Can they get away? Well, Patrick will Valkyrie, and it looks like Rogue have escaped the clutches of Vitality.
I mean, good use of the gravity field, the Maokai ultimate to follow up as well. They just use their tools to zone their opposition away.
Are they looking for this fight?
It's like Linces is, he gets rooted.
I mean, they jump onto Linces immediately. Rogue, they cheated tempo, Betty. They stayed around instead of recalling after the Baron, and they find a pick on the enemy jungler. And now Marang's flashing forward once again. The engage onto Kazi, the follow-up. Marang's going to get healed. Redemption from the skies. Adam trying to chunk out NacNaco, and he'll put him in the dirt. Nisqy follows. Adam is 12-1-6 on this chase.
It's a triple kill for Adam, and all 5 members of Rogue are alive. With only Shayak left to defend, I think the Rogue is going to close this series out.
Shayak has good wave play, but those bound up minions are no slouches. Execute with the flank, and Shayak can say nothing about it. The only spiraling despair in this game is for NacNaco. 0-9-1 on the Yasuo. Rogue, after picking up their first Game 1 win, will pick up their second Game 2 win and secure their first series in spring.
I mean, ultimately, just a very well-played Game 2. I love the focus on the top side of the map. I love the way that they executed a lot of the map play. Some of the fights and the picks got a little bit scrappy, but ultimately 23 kills to 4. Very little that you can be critical of Rogue in this Game 2.
Just incredible stuff all around.
Around him. So he really has to show that he can actually carry with his Syra and make things happen in the early game, because otherwise, if it comes to these 5v5 team fights, I really think KC is favored heavily.
I definitely think so. I think...
But then they'll have to fight after the Drake goes down. This looks like they're posturing for it.
Walking up anyway, at least getting a bit of vision. Very late decision. 2 contests, not a lot of certainty there.
It's too difficult when Nuke is still pushing that mid wave into a lane and throw down some plants, and that's really all you can do. But for me, I'm very curious to see in this game the KC bot lane. Oh, no, we got a fight.
That's the public execution. Kana trying to dash out, flash out the wall just short. Mininar now coming through. 113 full committing for the dive. But the ulti is there, and that's, of course, he didn't really have much else to go for, as you noted earlier. Just speed clearing through these camps, resets back to topside. Irrelevant trying to force his wave in. Maybe get a good reset. Good sidestep. Kana's still going all in. He might not even need the ulti. Irrelevant not stacking rage at all, but there comes the Talia. Vladdy gonna look for the setup here. Irrelevant gonna dodge the flick back, but it's likely gonna die anyway. Takes a bit more time. Good roam from Vladdy.
And it's a great roam from
Scryer's Bloom spotting them, or excuse me, Blue Trinket. BDS slowly zoned away. This is part of the reason that the Maokai is picked still, right? You get so much of that passive vision. Yike just continuing to throw saplings in to keep track. Targamas caught out briefly, trying to burst the Braum, and they'll be successful. Maokai ult used, it will just be the 1-for-1. Paris traded for Targamas.
It's a 1-for-1 support trade. KC.
And I think the struggle here is, we saw what BDS were willing to invest in 113. Push in these lanes, they're always going to have to be the ones walking in. Is Irrelevant trying to force the play. Nice knockback, doesn't quite connect the wall for the extra damage. Kind of uncertain where to go. Lots of poke coming in from 113. Looks like it's going to be another finished kill here. Wall up there, another kill down for Irrelevant.
Fantastically played by 113 there. A great E, but we're on to another fight.
Lock up there on the Paris. Lots of spear stacking. Kalist taking his time, waiting for things like the Aftershock to stop. Being there, being a part of the equation
as well. And I saw the Merc treads onto 113, and I was thinking, could be.
You know what? This is a time where we're very blessed to have internet access. As the fight's breaking out, Knockup is there. 113's ultimately not going to connect for too much damage. Excellent poke to start the fight. Suddenly KC are running wild. Perfect public execution. I've got to sleep at the wheel, and it seems BDS were too. Losing jungle.
Slowly put up these plants to try to walk into the third Drake, but I think KC are heavily favored if they have the first control. But Irrelevant's onto a flank here.
On the side, managed to find Yike. Interrupt now coming in. Targamas trying to get a bit more space. Vladdy going golden. Managing to back up. Plants are huge there. Good poke back. Kalist trying to re-engage. Kana now on the chase. Irrelevant not able to finish that job. It's a scattered fight from BDS. It's not the same for KC. Confidence in calling their targets. Vladdy able to walk away.
But it's a great initial
It's fine. But also, if you're in the position to get 4 Drakes, you're likely in the position worried about the false life.
Yeah. Nuke is ulting it.
Just wants to complete it because they know they need to go to the next objective.
10 seconds.
Okay, taking stock. Flashes up. Everyone but 113 on the side of BDS. Maybe they can look Deuce. They have no vision, but they have the false life. But again, the nurse to it mean it's not reliable to come back to the fight. If you get locked up, you could be done. Paris trying to buy a bit more space. KC still on the objective. Vladdy looks like he might get caught. Pullbacks there from the face call. Objective getting lower and lower. It looks like it's going to be the soul, and it will be for the side of KC. BDS, they don't want the fight. They've got the false life. They've got an extra life. Knock into the wall. 3 people locked up, and the Braum is there to body block, and it's Kana to turn the fight. Kana and Kalist back to back in the midst of everything as Nuke on the side gets nothing done. Targamas to finish the kill. Members of BDS sent packing.
And it's KC with individual outplays.
Super successful on.
Well, this is just started than last year. It's going to be Blue Trinketed though.
Spotted out. Again, BDS walking in is tough. Targamas buys so much time. Vladdy to split them off of the wall. Is a bit early. 8K. Getting lower. Arrow dodge. Flash out from 113 means there's no way for him to get into the pit. They're just going to grab this. BDS now need to play for the exit. 113 to the back line. Manages to get the ulti down, but he has no Zanyas, and there's no follow-up. Irrelevant is finally here, but he can't get involved. Instead, he's trying to twist on the Kana, but Kana's already flashed out. KC completely dumpstering BDS. Absolutely styled on BDS. In a desperate maneuver, just lose everything.
And KC get everything. It's absolute desperation from 113. He wants to start this fight no matter what. Engaging Syra is definitely not my forte, but oh, we got another fight there.
Wall is there. Ice manages to walk away, not quite pinned by the wall. Irrelevant, keep your eyes on that Meganar. Maybe can turn it. Vladdy goes golden, timing a little bit off on the solar flare. Nuke now finally there. Targamas will find a knock up onto 1. Flank coming in from Kana, and Bessa in. Public execution doesn't hit. Now it's a chance for BDS to turn because they've got so much time to auto. Coling going down. Kana in the backline, cutting through everybody. It's a triple for Kalist. Nuke next on the list. The Quadra there as well. KC again. Just obliterating.
Kalist is running them down, and that's an ace for KC. And with the Baron buff, I think they're going to be able to end the game.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. The fights have just been cleaner.
And BDS, every time they've tried to throw a punch in late game, it has come back twice as hard to hit them.
Paris is up here. He could try to defend, but actually, Targamas, they're not looking to end, actually. Wow.
That's time. If my 80 carry in any game I'm playing is ever speaking in that high-pitched of a voice saying Penta, I'm pretty sure the game is won.
I had this thing where I started saying Penta whenever I got 2 kills.
Well, maybe Penta is the angle of the fight kicking off. Vladdy already laying down the wall. Coling coming out. Immediate ball damage isn't quite there. Kalist caught out. Locked to the Iron Solar. He's living for an extra second. He's still standing. I don't want to hear anybody talking smack about Hextech. He's still alive, and KC killing everybody once again. BDS managed to find one. Nuke still standing for a brief moment, but all of KC now on the chase. Nuke, how fancy can he get with it? Some extra slow coming in from 113. A flashback safety trying to finish off Targamas, trying to get a bit more damage down. Vladdy keeping it going. It just does not matter. KC too far ahead. Kalist still alive, grabbing the Elder.
And KC go 5 for 0 with the Elder, surely being able to end the game now, but you have to feel for BDS. It was so close. If Kalist is just 20 HP lower, he ends up falling, and the fight could look completely different.
KC so dominant in these 5v5s. The investment into that aggressive AP jungle option with Zyra not paying off for BDS.
It was a great Kalista game from Kalist. I'm very happy with how he played. Overall, both carries from the side of KC, mid and ADC, just maneuvered every team fight beautifully, built up an individual CS lead, were just more impactful.
Certainly were. 13.1k gold lead, dominant finish after what was a relatively quiet early game. KC taking game 1 in this best of 3. And KC are a scary team.
KC are looking good. Very happy with their performance. I'm happy that they're showing different styles, being able to play more things, and just snowballing both lane. And it's a wonder to watch them play.
Definitely is. But game 2 is right around the corner. We'll see how BDS adapt right after this break. You know, you quote-unquote outscale. I think the struggle will be KC are going to be the ones in the driver's seat for large portions of this game. But Sivir can push very effectively on the bottom side of the map.
Both have smites.
See it.
Oh, it's in the bush.
We'll find out, but I think too late. Finally spots Yike, wants to commit for the fight anyway. Nice angle coming under the wind, becomes lightning. Trying to stop any follow-up. Vladdy trying to cover, but that's first blood. 113 can just start to trade back. Nuke now on the way in, level 3. Does he have the gravity field? Looks like the answer is no. A few more seconds, Q3 can come out. Vladdy.
And we said it.
Huge for BDS. But still, Yike will eventually hit level 6. The playmaking will still be so easy, so reliable for the side of KC. Can they continue this snowball? Targamas with the Hex Flash getting things kicked off. Gravity field.
Great trade from KC, but 113. Does he just want to hit the
tower plate? Yike on the way in.
Just pressuring the dive here a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Going all in here. Ulti coming out. Vladdy caught up and locked out. Oh, that is perfect understanding of their damage output.
That's crazy.
BDS hesitating a bit. Midwave is even. They want to try to fight through the choke, but this could be devastating. Kana in position with the equalizer. Doesn't quite have the cooldown yet. I take it back. Now Kana has been caught out. 113 in the midst of the entire team trying to step back. Combo now coming in. Ulti on the cross the top. 113 doing good damage. Feet of Warfare coming through in favor of BDS. 2 grubs taken down for KC, but how much will it cost them? Miss on the Q3 coming in from Irrelevant. Patience from Vlad as he finally flashes. KC will walk to upgrade those items as we get later, and BDS are a team that are pretty comfortable if we get later into this game. What a fantastic start.
The matchup and then really playing towards it. And just having this kind of psychopath style, but Paris has a great flank here on the Kana.
Kana retreating. Shattering strike, clean combo. Gravity field comes out as well. Kana just a bit too far here on this wave. Tries to get some damage back, but ultimately just gives his life. And now it's Nuke who's on a killing spree. 3-0-0. Press their advantage where they can. Ice likely to just get first move around mid, and it'll only get easier as he continues to stack with the Tool. 1-3. Has he been caught out? Good initial damage. Ulti to mitigate a little bit here. Nuke now trying to follow up. 113 still alive for an extra second, flashing over the wall. Following Yike. I don't think that's what he was looking for. Now it's Nuke who's in trouble. They may have bet a little bit too much. Q3 ready to go. Shattering strike to buy a bit more space. Vladdy on the way out. BDS.
And it's a great pick by KC, but it's the exact things we were talking about. BDS, they get...
I started to balloon that a bit.
BDS are so split here. I don't see how they can really contest this Drake. Oh, but Paris sending it on Targamas.
Targamas, Aftershock down. Does still have his ulti. Wind becomes lightning.
Really good chunk.
Gravity field down could be big. 113 with an initial knockback. Vladdy fishing for an angle. Decent equalizer, but there's not really much follow-up. BDS Now comfortable to step forward. On the hunt, used. Paris following up, getting the flash out of Con at the very least. Yike now locked up, taken out. BDS, they saw those cooldowns missing. They knew they could go for more. Dragon now in their sights.
Wow, and it's great spacing and patience by BDS. One little bit, they're not out of it just yet.
Nope. And the fact that they can just once again bring that discipline back in the clutch after just a step ahead there. Had vision around that jungle. Ice chose to roam through it anyway. Nuke needed to use the ulti in the 1v1, so now they're trying to deny this. No jungler here. 1-1-3 going to be too late. 2K getting low, or can they get the fight? Vladdy managing to lock up multiple members, flashing to the back line, now snapping back immediately. Rumble Equalizer connecting onto Ice and onto Nuke. Yike now into the back line. KC, this could be big, but BDS are stronger. The Meatballs taking over. 1-1-3 onto Vladdy. Another kill going through, and Nuke on a rampage.
And it's a disjointed engage from KC.
They go together. There might be an angle. 1-1-3 has his ulti as well. Paris on the way in, 4K trying to zone, gravity field over the wall, 3K getting lower. Yike, does he want to commit? 50-50. Yike with a flash, 1500, there should be no way in. Voracious Otacon down for BDS.
BDS gotta run. They're gonna be out. They get the Otacon, and they've started the Nash.
Well, there you go. Setup is there. BDS feeling comfortable starting this one up. Ice is now marked. Where's the follow-up going to be? Q3 there for Vladdy. 6-second timer. Can he find an opportunity to Q3? Dash forward, Q3 and hits relevant, trying to lock up Ice. Ice now marked out by the spell shield. Vladdy trying to retreat, but Ice just continues to rain down damage. Nuke going golden, but still managed to get the ult down. Vladdy trying to turn it. Kalist right in the midst of everything. 1-1-3 getting one back, has the false life, wants to get a little bit more. Knock up now down on Kana, wants to kill Kana as well, but he's withdrawing. Irrelevant needs to get the hell out too. That's another false life. 200 gold to the side of KC. Should be able to grab him as well. Irrelevant running, knocked up, unstoppable now as he turns back. Nice bit of gold to KC. Stop the Baron play at the cost of Vladdy. Really like to hit 16 before this one, but he still remains ahead of Nuke.
Kalist trying to get some poke here with these Kaisa W's.
Yike ready to go.
The Rumbly.
Ball breaker not going to be used. This is so tough for them to enter. Wait for it. All ultis are going to come at the same time from KC. It has to be one clean shotgun, one perfect engage. Target finding two. Immediate knockup. Ulti going through, but Nuke will still manage to lay down an ulti of his own. Gravity field down as he buys a bit more space, but the shutdown is there. Kalist finding one, and he's instantly into the backline. Paris getting deleted. Cathy and Rain coming through. 1-1-3 now running for his life. The ulti is massive from Nuke, but it will not win them the fight. Kana, Kalist. Vladdy standing strong.
And what a heroic engage from Targamas. He gets nearly a 4-man with his flash. Alistar Q setting up this fight for KC, and they're going to be able to deny the Cloud Soul once again. BDS again are just deciding to ARAM here. They really want to try to get full Nash control and start it once again. Oh, Kalist.
Flash. Onto Ice, knockup is there. Kalist immediately going in. It's Ice now running out to safety. Paris looking for the disengage, and Ice remaining untouched. Kalist already ulti down. Vladdy needs to find a way with an ulti of his own, but Ice is ready with the spell shield. It's not going to work at all. Irrelevant though, taken out. Ulti resetting now, coming in. The Victor continuing to chase. Nuke looking for more. Kana off to the side. Vladdy Q3 ready to go. Yike ready to go again as the ulti fades, but these fights are so damn close. It's top lane for support. You'd assume it favors Dragon getting lower. Paris sees him now. Kalist ready to go in a moment's notice. No ulti for Targamas. Ulti now coming out, isolating Yike. Yike going unstoppable. Dragon take it down. Yike gets it in the midst of the chaos. BS trying to force the fight, but KC, a single blink of an eye. BDS have disappeared.
And KC have done it again. Targamas gets a 5-man Alistar knockup, and that's an ace for KC as they take down all 5 members, and they're looking to end the game.
It shouldn't be possible. They were so patient. They were so disciplined around the flank from Vladdy. But Yike, the ulti, the smite, securing the objective, the rest of his team taking the fight. It's a thing of beauty from KC. And again, if you looked away for 30 seconds, anyone who went to the bathroom thinking this one was going to take a few more minutes, the game is just over. A single decisive fight from this composition. It took 35 minutes for them to find it, but when they found it, that was all it took. KC 2-0 over BDS.
And what a great series and game from Targamas. I thought Rel was the champion that would get 5-man engages, but it was Targamas this game that kept getting great engage one after the other, completely securing KC that 2-0.
Weathering the storm from the side of KC. It was looking hard, it was looking difficult if they didn't find that perfect engage, but all it took was one member on the team to step up, and today that member was Targamas. Finding massive Alistar engages. It's a good feel for the side of KC. Not that they haven't been sent back to the drawing board for a few adaptations coming out of that game. And certainly a solid showing in that game from BDS, but ultimately those little hiccups that we
move Broken Blade into this kind of 1-4 split push as well, with Caps being that person up by themselves. So you got threats here at G2. I think that this game gets very difficult for
Summoner as well. Bob goes for the all-in. It's important to note. I mean, this 2v2 is going to keep playing out. Flacker's in a lot of trouble. Flash away. Is it going to be matched? No. Held on to.
Your objectives and all that. But without having Baron available until 25 minutes, oftentimes you can set up for a Dragon Soul about 23 minutes into the game and not have to worry about it. Sheo, though, is here.
The all-in is there, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. As Cat flashes away, I think I broke the screen for you. In the meantime, Cat flashes over the wall. He escapes for now. Skewmon tries to help out. It's a phone to the face as Labrov is still going to get rooted up. Great little grasp and a first blood to boot for Team Heretics.
That was a bit of a disaster there for G.
The beauty of Mundo as well is that blunt force trauma makes it so easy as grubs go down. Dragon a little bit delayed. Health bars are decaying, but Dragon all the same.
I spoke from Hans Sama though.
And then I use the word and I'm like,
no, fine, no. I've known you for several years. I should know better.
Flash from Carlson. Hextech ultimate. Broken Blade's in a lot of trouble. He's about to go into the Mega Nard though, and he wants to find Carlson with his own flash up and available. Broken Blade thinks, how do I pull it off? Especially with Skewmon with an infected Bonesaw sets it up. The wild growth is out and Rather sets up for infected chains. That from Sheo, and another kill going over to Team Heretics. Hookshot, walkshot yet again slows down his Skewmon. He has to pull out the maximum dosage, but how much can he drink? Onto Carlson, the ignites down and wait for the cleaver, wait for the auto, wait for the agony that's going to start burning Skewmon back into place, and a kill for him too as G2 fights back.
Great roam from Labrov, but it might have to curize the bot side because then at this stage, I wasn't sure how heavily Heretics wanted to try and commit to this, but they need to move Flacca down if they want to. Also, Camilo a long way from home and trying to be able to help out, so I think they're in a bit of a detached spot. Labrov on the flank.
Yeah, because Dagda, the Bonesaws really hurt. Sten might have to pull the ulti off, and waiting for him is Labrov. Stands up with a shattering strike. Broken Blade zoning off, and Sten is just dead. Free heart steal and a free kill. 5 grubs for Dimension are so far ahead. Well, this one really only 700 gold the lead as Labrov might find himself Camilo. Under turret, Magnustorm pulls him back, and he's waiting for the crash down. Here's Skewmon yet again. I was going to say Broken Blade. That was the last time we saw the Mundo outside of this split as Skewmon 3 kills.
G2 as well. This has been a wonderful start from the 2 new members of G2, setting up the veterans for success. Camilo has backed away though, so it looks like Cap's just off of G2 existing. Oh,
nice flash response, yeah, because he was on a wall, but Hans Summer turns it in his favor. Unbreakable will with Skewmon right behind him, and again, fresh meat. Hans Summer will take it gleefully as Camilo tries to poke back, but G2 again with a pick onto Sten. Means they're just opening up more.
Oh, it's a disaster. Like, even look at bot side. Oh, actually, never mind.
Oh, it happens to be Labrov's time to shine again. Cap just rolls in thanks to the Magnustorm, and Sheo in trouble. Another Heartsteel stack. Jungle dip is what you'd say, but it doesn't tell the whole story. G2 are just running amok, the Devils.
Mundo diff. He goes very pleased.
Right, at least. And there's a certain Swedish top lane who made that so important as this guy who's suffering on CS is now getting solo killed by Broken Blade. Camilo doesn't have a turret sitting there as well, and he has to run for his life. But there is another Yordle who's very, very hungry indeed. Easy solo kill for Broken Blade. And this is no longer...
Sheo trying to help out in defending bot tier 2, but because they've lost control of jungle, maybe they transition to a mid tier 2, while all the while Caps is soloing top side.
It feels like a flash in the pan for Team Heretics is what we're going to ask for. At the very least, everyone buckle up. Why? Because Labrov's going in, and on the stand it won't be too hard to see what else he can do. Shattering strike up to CT, and the power of Rel once again compels you. Clean from Caps, almost getting out, almost. No, he's shut down into 1-for-1, which is good for Heretics. Definitely good with the way this game was going.
Okay, really, I feel like shut down G2 too much though, because actually, maybe Broken Blade goes mini, but there's nobody here to help him.
Oi, minion wave gone. Hookshot, wall shot, Hextech, ultimatum. Broken Blade could be in a lot of trouble. This is Carl's moment. He's found a pick onto Broken Blade, the flash match, but he's out of range. We'll get the shutdown, but Skewmon's here. This is a different problem. A much more different problem. Ends up being a deja vu.
I was impressed you kept going, because I stop at deja vu.
Yeah. But you've got to get the beat. The Euro beat is what it's all about. Now, Atacam was going down in that time. So GA's for everybody.
The game wasn't tough enough already for Heretics. And now G2 starting to push in on that top side. Vision is already relatively good for them. Sten's trying to see what he can do.
Well, he's going to try, but that guy that's on the telephone, hello, it's the debt collector. And Sten just getting launched up, Heartsteel stack, and no, he's actually a car insurance salesman. Would you like to buy this $5,000 policy? Well, Skewmon, he can sell it.
Play.
Okay, well, I mean, Carl is the one member who's kind of strong, gets the GA out, and there you go, false death now gone. And also, Hansama steps up, and Shao's going to live, so that's 200 more gold. Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
The same 2-item lethality 80 carry. Kind of in the name right now. Team Heretics need Shao for the setup. You talked about that. Let's see how they find it with Baron now up, holding River themselves. They get the engage. At least it's Stend who starts it off, but he's going to be hail of arrows, and he gets set up with an arrow into the face. He's dead. Hansama cares not about Unbreakable Will as Caps holds the rest of the forefront. Broken Blade with no Mega Nah, but no mega problems for G2. 4 versus 5. Baron looking good.
I think Heretics needed to wait for G2 to start Baron and take the damage, but now they're just in a position where I don't really know if they can recontest. 10 seconds until Stend really gets up, but you can see what I mean. This Baron does not go down quickly, so maybe Poke is the name of the game.
Well, if Scumon's behind Baron, he has an MR debuff. So that's good here for Shao if he finds an angle. But at 5k, G2 looking for the turn, even though they're low. There is a bit of healing coming through from the Ocean Dragons. Carlson's found out. He wanted his flank, but he ain't going to get it. Pops the ulti, but Hans lives on.
Baron has reset, though, so I think he's having a bit of fun with it.
He was.
But I think, like, if Heretics wait until G2 start Baron, you can see they actually might have a chance, but Camille now going to die. Yeah.
Flash match, Broken Blade. Even with the Phosphorus Bomb, there's just not enough damage. Increased base health is 25%.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. And the fact you got Unending Despair as well means he's going to be healing off the healing. And
Caps with his shuriken flip. Flash away, Carlson. Wait, Carlson! I want to see it on the big movie screen, Mum! He found him! Carlson!
G2 off the objective.
Scumon's going to zone off, and of course he has natural health regen, so don't be fooled by that half HP. True Shot Rush doesn't hit a thing either, as Sten's caught out. Broken Blade about to go on Mega Nah. Sten has to disengage, but LeBron, his angle is finding anyone who tries to run. Flash from Sten just won't cut it. He gets ranged out, and LeBron takes the credit. Now for G2 as they run up mid, a dive is no problem either. Broken Blade returns to the fame of the G2 legend as Carl, he'll get the dragon.
They just wait, and now they turn over towards the Baron. Everyone on Heretics on the bottom side of the map. They want kind of nothing to do with this, and G2 will get the big purple worm.
Well, Baron in the end as well. Gold has slimmed out. I have to be genuine with Team Heretics to go up against, but the range, the poke, it hurts too much. Caps looking for an angle, and Carl looking to negate exactly that. Over from Broken Blade, who's gone into Mega Nah as well. The turret now dead, and Inhibitor turret. Now that that's opened up, Inhibitor's a freebie. Another one goes. There you go. Makes it that easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, they just got to continue this. There's very little that Heretics can really do. You have a 3-item Camille that at least could potentially one-shot Hansama. And I think that might be what they're trying to set up here, but I just don't think he covered the rest of the fight after.
God, slow and steady does it, doesn't it? The range is abusive, and Caps, he just comes in off an angle, threatening to go all in and send it down. One Nexus turret dropping down, one sits up only barely above ground. Team Heretics, it was a noble recovery, or whatever you want to call it, a noble stance, but G2 are oppressive. Golden goes Shao, Stend is the middle of it all, but Carlson holds his backline. LeBron won't let him get near the Hansama. Broken Blade once again sets up a 3-man ulti, keeps him at bay, and G2 in 33 minutes make game 1 an easy day.
G2 may have won the battle, but Carlson won the war.
That's true. Truer words have never been spoken.
So, incredible stuff from G2. Like, very, very well played. The Brav, huge shout out to that guy. Everywhere on the map, working incredibly well with Scumon. Like the early roam top to shut down the potential play for Carlson Shao. And they need to get the ball rolling early, or else G2 just have a very steady, long range poke composition that, or at least poke aspects in the composition that they can look to play through. Reset, which opens up Scumon to go bot. Will be spotted on a ward though.
Yeah, but how quick can they go? I mean, LeBron might die in the process as well. Ghost Water Dive sets up a Phantom Undertow, but there is no toe left standing, and Stend has no target, but might have to run for his life, but he can't because his flash is down. It's a great root caller. Scumon though, the hook on the dying breath, double buff, so I'm sure the red buff had movement there and keeping Scumon.
I was kind of saying, I want to see a top side because Carlson Wait, that's 6 for BB.
Yeah, because Carlson, he's not level 6 himself. Dominus was just used. TPing in the middle of the wave versus Renekton as Carlson has the ulti, but if he goes back in, he'll die. Meanwhile, we're fighting elsewhere. Let's look towards the bottom lane. Shayo has got, again, a painter's mark on his head. Suppressed, luckily, but LeBron goes popping the weasel. The Chaos Storm is out. Not enough damage, but Bone Skewer to help out. That's great for Team Heretics. 1 on the board versus the other mark.
Still, look at the ball.
He's got a full fury bar. That Rain of Anger won't hold itself, and Daisy now interrupts. Let's play a game of Candy Crush as Carlson set up against the wall. In reverse, it'll happen down bot side, but the ulti sends out. Skumon under turret, flushes away. In the end, though, Broken Blade will find the kill. Bullet time, though, is unleashed. Under turret, the stun under from LeBron. Makes it a better trade for G2. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, the fact that you get that lockup from Shayo into the combo from Blackett means Hans got
good damage from the B team Misfortune as well. Sten might get more than that, maybe a pick, a Bone Skewer in, and he's looking for that execute with Halo Blades. Eclipse gets in the way for now, but Sten still holds on to that death from below as Dominus pops out. Broken Blade's going to 1v3 onto Sten. He gets away, he pops the ulti. It still comes through, so there's a reset handy, but Broken Blade's defense is for naught.
BB tried, but that's a ton of turret plates gone. And also now, you're giving that kill across.
Camilo, though, speaking of No Man's Land, he might be caught out. Spiraling Despair is going to AoE to Paradise. Impale used, but Camilo not there to lend a helping hand. Shut down over to Caps, and he needed that.
Yeah, nice turnaround by G2 to get another kill off the back, because it was into a position where it's like, okay, now they can continue through that picks, but...
Holy.
Wait a second.
That's some Ambassador damage. The only difference is Broken Blade can shred through the Eclipse, and now that Shield bashes down for a little bit. We'll see Carlson pull back. Never mind, he's got Shayo with him, so he's going to go on in. But Skumon's there, interrupts, and that Ruthless Predator needed. But again, Shayo's in the way. A nice little heart seal will come through from Shayo, but Broken Blade just looks for the original target. Shayo's in the way again, but to their success, you don't mess with the Candy Crush King for a double setup, and Camilo just a bystanding failure.
And Camilo's going to lose that wave, catching out everyone as the Croc jumps out of the brush. And now Cap topside.
It's Solar Flare. It's an enchanted Crystal Arrow. Sten can't move. Easy kill for Hans Sama. Let's flip the turret to Broken Blade in the end as Sten. Hello, he wants a piece, and now with the setup of Engage, LeBron wants another one on the way back. Skumon sets up, Root Caller's good, Daisy comes out as well, Impale, you'd say fantastic, but Shayo just can't move. Range from Hans Sama, crucial here. With the zone control ends up, but another Root Caller, and Shayo will drop to the ground. How easy does Skumon make it look?
Great turnaround by G2. The fact that, as you said, Hysterics, there was no real lockdown as G2 were running away, meant they got to clear out the majority of the wave. Broken Blade gets that tier 1 bot lane and now TP to mid lane to maybe look for a bit more.
Oh, they know he's there. I mean, Camilo's just engaged on Solar Flare. He won't have a chance. They thought G2 backed away. Heretics, you are under false assumptions.
What are you going to do? How are you going to try and break this mid lane turret? And they're moving multiple members now in to defend that play, but I think it should fall with this one.
Should indeed. I mean, Misfortune damage big, but under the turret, Sten starts off the engage, getting Solar Flared. Impale's only a one-man, but again, it's all onto LeBron. Broken Blade comes in with a flank, and it looks like a horrendous fight for Team Heretics, while the turret may go down. All members are starting to drop like flies as well. Shayo, Camilo, first off the list. Sten gets low, has to retreat, and G2 taking the fight over the objective as the hook comes in, but Sten can't stick around. Blackett just gets autoed, and with an Ivan, how easy is it? Sticking around might not be the right call, as Sten even finding a hook here. You never know what's going to come next. Turret in response for G2. Broken Blade and Carlson are going to deal with each other while this makes a 4v4 head-on collision. Bone Skewer comes out, finds Skumon, but a Root Caller sets up the arrow in backline as onto the Dragons, a new target for G2. Shayo gets unending despaired, or rather spiraling, and Dragon goes down. Okay, Lebrov gets Bone Skewered in, he gets a stun, he gets everything off, and maybe that'll be okay. As the bullet time is the response. Hans Sama tries to step forward onto Blackett, but it's dangerous territory. Root Caller's great as well. Shayo just Tokyo drifted to death. Pro fell off the building as G2 have won the fight, got the Dragon. Notice from Skumond as well. 10 stacks, and sure that's to grow as Broken Blade versus Carlson. Let's have a look. Dominus going to be used. Blackett is down here though, so the perfect execution is nice, but Broken Blade has Hysterics gauge and wait for the Q. He flushes, takes it. Blackett gets arrowed. Hard summer from downtown, and Broken Blade is sitting on him. That's the League of Legends teabag if I've ever to the ground, and G2.
And now immediately moving over towards the Baron. Broken Blade's going to reset because he's got a plethora of wards that he can TP to, and I don't think Heretics are ready for it.
Lebrov's going to zone off. Sten walks in, and it's all he can do. Lebrov just walks away and beats a nuisance while Camilo sets up and sets a gravity field. Broken Blade is now TP'd in, ready to zone away. Baron, down it goes. Sheo has to run for his life. Rest of G2 are ready to fight again.
G2.
Where do you get the key from? 10k for the Dragon. G2 have started this off. This is their soul. Sheo needs a steal, but Team Heretics need a plan. 4k, 3k, Daisy out. Root Caller again. Lebrov in the way. Soul, even though it was a late smite, or at least it looked janky, it doesn't matter. Sheo flashed in for the attempted steal, but with Infernal Soul, the chase begins. Camilo running, and that's all he can do. Skewmon running outside the outskirts of the gravity field while Lebrov keeps Team Heretics at bay. An arrow's going to fly and go nowhere, but Camilo on the spot will die right there. We put a marker down, and G2 continue their onslaught.
And they're going to continue marching.
And probably taken by G2 at this point. Sten tries to get near, he'll get spotted out, and everyone's launching on him. Flashes away while Carlson now in the midst of it as well. Arrow flies out, Camilo's now caught out, and he doesn't have Merc treads, so with a Solar Flare on top, he's just dead. Now Chaos Storm just going to tickle G2 while that thought of tickling Attica. the spirit comes out and like, oh, what's your Patronus? There's some little gremlin yordle. It feels pretty obvious, but just if you didn't know, the way we're setting this up is that as that arrow flies through, there's a lot more tools that G2 can launch at, and Camilo cannot play the game. One of the problems with Victor is that he might look good walking, but when he stands still, he's through.
Looking like the end of Arcane after that one.
Yeah, I still haven't watched season 2, but also Silo. Oh, let's just keep going. Have you seen the one where G2 go and go flawless in the split? Hysterics? No, I haven't actually. It's interesting. How would they do that, Jake? Well, I can answer that for you. Quick night.
Yeah, 25-8.
Yeah.
Well, G2 want to try and finish off Lebrov. That's not exactly the way you want to try and finish this out, but Stend does end up overextending to try and make that play happen. And now G2 going to continue the push through on the top side.
It's just Ivan shield, just when you think they're dead as the Impale comes in. I mean, Lebrov again, he'll just get a shield, he'll walk up. Redemption does a little bit of that magic as well. Camilo just gets autoed down by Han Summer. Look at the spacing from this guy. Ulti comes out from Carlson with the whole team's dead. Bullet time might look great, but Carlson has already dropped into the dirt. 2 members left standing, and G2, when people question who the best team in Europe is, you just got to come back to the old faithful, the usual. G2 starting 2-0 at the beginning of week 2. As Flacker drops as well. They're just that good. When you doubt them in winter, when they don't make it to first stand, it doesn't matter, they come back, and in spring they're bloody good again.
G2 just needed time. And it looks like they are starting to ramp up with that time. Still a while though before they have to face off against KC, where they can look for that revenge, but now joining them at 2-0 at the top of the table is definitely a good way to start off their spring campaign.
Easy to be a G2 fan, isn't it? Even in their slumps, you know you're always going to get a resurgence. It's not like they slumped last week, right? But it's just G2 that was cleaner than ever, and you can vote for your player of the series at LEC on X.